Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, but explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and are done wrong. Here we go.
The following presentation is intended to help bring context to the facts surrounding this case. Some of the video has been edited to protect the privacy of the victims involved and to avoid the release of information that state law prohibits the Sheriff's Office from releasing. The redactions and edits do not affect the depiction of events presented in this video. The following presentation contains a map of the location, 911 audio, radio traffic, body-worn camera footage, and photos of the scene. On April 8, 2023, at approximately 9:50 p.m., Kern County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the 300 block of Casaloma Drive for a report of a subject shooting into an inhabited dwelling. The following is audio of the emergency call made by a family member.
911, what's the address to your emergency?
Casaloma Drive. My deal is shooting at the house.
Where is he at right now?
My dad said he's outside in the front yard.
Okay, and you said he's shooting out the house?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of firearm does he have?
I don't know. We're hiding in the living room on the floor. It's my dad, my two kids, and my mom and my little sister. He's trying to open the door.
Okay. We have units on the way, okay?
I hear him screaming.
He's yelling right now?
I guess he's outside. It sounds like he's outside.
Okay.
The suspect, identified as Juan Jose Campos, age 43, was no longer standing outside the main residence when deputies arrived. The following is audio of radio between deputies on scene and Kern County Sheriff's Office Communications Center.
246 in Casaloma, Uncle. And then it's still 1087. We're attempting further in Casaloma. Probably in the back room, separate from the main house. The suspect attempting to open the door has access to a blue pickup that should be parked to the rear of the residence. And he's in possession of a handgun.
Stand by. Making contact with family. Anything on 246. The subject in the back residence. There's two large 905 in the area. Confirm the suspect still on scene.
Affirmative.
According to family members, are they firm? He's shooting in the back residence.
Upon arrival, deputies contacted one of the victims and confirmed evidence of a shooting, including a window that was shattered by gunfire and a bullet fragment found in a dresser near the window. Deputies began searching numerous inhabited structures on the property in an attempt to locate Campos. Deputies made multiple announcements identifying themselves as Kern County Sheriff's Office deputies while searching the property. After approximately 10 minutes of searching the property, deputies began to search a room attached to the rear of the main residence, but separate and with no access to the main living area. They opened the door and located Campos crouched down behind a bed, pointing a firearm at deputies. An officer-involved shooting occurred. The following is footage from a department-issued body-worn camera of a deputy on scene. Please note the body camera does not capture everything the deputy sees, and the deputy does not see everything the body camera captures.
Door to the left.
Door to the left.
Small room here.
Hold the door to the left.
Is this clear?
Right.
Sheriff's office.
Sheriff's office.
Let me see your head. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Come back.
Let me see your fucking head.
Come back. You see down?
Let me see your hands. Put your hands in the air now.
Let's move up.
Put your hands up now.
Let's move up.
Keep your hands up. Who else is in here?
Let's go. Look in. We're clear. We're clear.
Hold him. Hold him. Hold him. Clear.
Put your hand on top of your head.
I haven't got the gun. I've got the gun. I got it.
Deputies rendered medical aid until Kern County Fire and Hall ambulance personnel arrived on scene and transported Campos to an area hospital for treatment of his injuries. Campos was arrested and booked into Central Receiving Facility for 3 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of assault with a firearm, shooting at an inhabited dwelling, brandishing a firearm, assault on a peace officer with a firearm, assault on a peace officer with a semi-automatic weapon, and felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition. Here is a closer look at the gun Campos pointed at deputies. An empty casing was discovered inside the chamber of the firearm at the time it was seized by deputies. Kern County Sheriff's Office homicide detectives responded to the scene to assume the investigation. Deputy Jeffrey Ott was placed on routine administrative leave pending the completion of the investigation. Kern County Sheriff's Office homicide detectives investigate any use of deadly force by any member of the department. The investigation has been submitted to the Kern County District Attorney's Office for criminal review. On May 2, 2023, the Kern County Sheriff's Office convened a Critical Incident Review Board to examine the use of force in this incident. The use of force was determined to be within department policy. Anyone with information regarding this case is asked.
All right. So they are responding to a call involving a person with a gun that has shot into this dwelling. The area that they're in, right across the street, is a commercial, industrial kind of thing. Looks like a little ball field right there. And then you've got some large plots of what looks to be residential, maybe a mix of commercial in there as well. I don't like this right here. I don't know. I don't know what these are. This could just be junk property. At first I thought maybe like this is like a junkyard next door to it, but I think it's just unkept properties, like just a bunch of junk everywhere. Yeah, that's got to be what it is. I don't know what this is back here. I don't know. This is like gardening stuff. Like this is covered things back here. I have no idea. But then this right here, like this looks like vehicles almost. I don't know. It's junky. And then when you look at like shots of the house, like you can tell they live in just junk. I mean, look at the tarpaulin on top of the roof right here, and house is unpainted, and just all this junk laying around, like just filth. I'm surprised their code enforcement in that town hasn't hit this place up. But anyway, they responded to a call, like I said, involving guns, and they appropriately respond with rifles. At least this guy does. I don't know about the rest of them. Talk about a scary sight. Push that door open and then boom, someone has the drop on you, pointing the gun at you. I think what has saved this deputy from being either killed or injured is, listen to this.
An empty casing was discovered inside the chamber of the firearm at the time it was seized by deputies.
So it seems like to me, when he had fired at the house, he done something to potentially block the slide from going all the way back to eject that casing and strip a new round out of the mag and insert it into the chamber. That's the only way, unless he purposely loaded that in there, which I mean, I don't know why he would do that. Maybe in his wild-ass mind, he thought, well, if I put this empty casing in here and they shoot me, I can sue them. Boo. I don't know. He may have been that stupid to think something like that. Realistically, I think that he was holding this thing incorrectly. Maybe he had his thumb, maybe he was trying to get like a two-handed grip, and his thumb was over the top of his hand that was holding the gun, and that stopped the slide from going all the way back. Or he had it close to his body, and the slide hit his body and couldn't go all the way back and caused this empty casing to stay within the chamber. I don't know. But somehow he had an empty casing in his gun. And I think that that's probably what saved this deputy from being seriously injured and or killed. The dude just did not have a round in the chamber to do anything with. Now, surprisingly enough, This deputy fires multiple rounds from his rifle, and this dude survives. Now, out of these multiple rounds, how many hit the guy? I don't know.
Let me see your head! Shots fired! Shots fired! Let me see your head! Shots fired! Let me see your head! Shots fired! Let me see your head! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Come back.
Let me see your fucking head!
Come back, dude. Is he down?
Let me see your hands! Put your hands in the air now!
Let's move up.
Put your hands up now!
Let's move up.
Keep your hands up!
At least 5 rounds fired for sure.
Who else is in here?
Let's go. Look in. We'll clear. We'll clear.
Hold him, hold him, hold him. Clear.
Put your hand on top of your head.
And the camera stuff is just, the room's too dark. Camera can't pick up enough to see if we can see how many holes are in the wall. Maybe he hit him once, and then the rest of the rounds missed. And maybe that one round that hit him did not hit him in the square in the chest. Maybe it hit him off a little bit to the side, didn't hit anything critical, and he survived. If you shoot someone 5 times with a rifle, center mass, I mean, there's a chance they could survive. It's a very, very small chance. And I just don't think that he got shot 5 times center mass. I think this officer, under stress, basically started point shooting. I don't think that he was probably aiming through that dot on his rifle and putting that dot where it needed to be. That would be my guess. If he was aiming through the dot there and was putting the dot on his chest and was squeezing off those rounds, then either he had a very loose grip and the recoil just took over and the rest of the rounds went somewhere else, or this thing is not zeroed correctly and it is way off. If it's an issue of this thing not being zeroed and being way off, that could be an issue of the equipment. Like maybe it's a cheaper sight, maybe it's not known to be holding zero very well. It could be how this thing is stored. It could be stored in the trunk outside of a case, and it hits a bunch of stuff, and a bunch of things hit the sight potentially. The rifle is not used but once a year for qualification purposes, and that's the only time you can verify zero. If that's the case, that's wrong. You need to verify zero more than that. You can't just go a whole calendar year and then shoot the rifle for qualification purposes and then go half a year or more and it never be shot and checked for zero again. Like, there needs to be more frequency there. The most likely scenario, in my opinion, is he was just point shooting. He was not aiming through the sights. He just started dumping rounds at this guy. And I get it. Like, you open the door, you got a gun pointed at you. That's pretty scary. And the guy had a decent gun too, a SIG. I kind of doubt that he actually bought this thing legitly. Like, I don't think he probably went to a gun store and went through the background check process and everything like that to buy the thing. I'd say this thing was probably stolen, most likely. Either he stole it or he bought it from someone stolen. That's going to be my guess. Alright, not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.